Welcome to Where There's a Wills.
There's a play.
I'm Ian, your mid-complexity casual gamer.
I'm Stacey. I'm your non-gamer gamer.
And today we are here continuing our series of ranking our collections, this time with Flatout games. We got 7 games in front of us, 6 of which Stacey has played, and I have played all 7 of them. And as always, we are going to do a quick little rundown of each one of these games. I'll kind of tabulate each of our rankings. I don't know Stacey's rankings. She doesn't know mine. So I'll do a quick little rundown over here to the side, and we'll kind of see where the overall rankings are combined. And unlike some of our ranking videos where we have determined ahead of time, we're probably going to do some culling. I don't think any of these are probably going to get culled because we do enjoy these games, but some of them just are going to be higher than others. So as always, we're going to do a quick little rundown here in release order. So starting with Calico. So Calico is a hexagonal tile game where you have a board that is a quilt, and you are placing quilt designed hexagonal tiles onto it, and you are trying to fulfill some different criteria. There are 3 criteria on the board that you are trying to surround, either by the color or the design. The designs also help attract cats to your quilt, which score points, and the colors help you get buttons. If you get 3 that are connected, you get colored buttons. If you can get one of all the colors, then you get an extra rainbow button, and those are points at the end of the game. So that is Calico.
And the next one on the list is Cascadia. Now, Cascadia, unlike Calico, does not have a board. And you also have the hexagonal, yes, those kinds of tiles, and you are placing your animals and the habitats in your space on your table. Each person's going to have their own space that they're going to be working on, and you are building your habitats in the Pacific Northwest, and you are scoring by placing your habitats and your animals to meet the criteria set forth at the beginning of the game. You are spending your tokens, your feathers to get your drawing. It's drawing
acorns.
Out of a...
Your acorns.
Acorns,
Your
yes.
acorns to break the rules when you're drafting.
Good, fun game. So I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I think everybody's played Cascadia.
I didn't mention you. Calico, it's a drafting game. You're drafting one.
Drafting.
Cascadia, you're drafting the tile and the animal token. Mm-hmm. And then the third game is Verdant. Verdant is very similar to these in your drafting, except for now you have 3 rows that you're drafting from. And when you draft, you are drafting a room, color, or a plant type, as well as a token that's going to go onto the rooms. But when you do this, you can only take either the room or the plant. When you're placing them in your grid, you're going to end up with a 3x5 grid. You have to have plants next to rooms and rooms next to plants. You can't have rooms next to each other or plants next to each other. You're scoring based on the plants that are near, that you have kind of fulfilled the criteria for, and you've gotten the full verdancy of them by putting them next to rooms that have the proper lighting for them. And then you're scoring rooms based on plants next to them where they have the right color. And if you have a token on it that is the same color, you get double. You're also scoring based on kind of some set collection where with different objects and different animals in the rooms. If you can get all of them, the more animals and the more different objects you have, the better colors. So that one is Verdant. Like I said, you have 2 rows of cards and a row of tokens. When you take a token, you have to take a card from that column, and you put a little green thumb, is what they call it, on the other one in that column, which someone can take, and those help you break the rules as to what you can and cannot draft. So that is Verdant.
Next up is the most stressful game from AEG. I think
Flatout.
I can get. Flatout.
AEG
games.
and Flatout, but
yes.
we are keeping regular
Flatout.
AEG non-Flatout stuff out of this ranking.
Yes, this one is the most stressful one because, fit to print, because it's a real-time drafting game, but you're drafting off of the table with the polyomino pieces, and you're timed to draw the pieces that you need, and you have a little desk that you're putting all of your pieces onto, and you're trying to make the best newspaper for the weekend edition or for 3 days in a row on your table. And you have a grid that you're trying to fit these pieces onto, and you're trying to get the best advertisements, the best sports, the best headlines, and you're getting points for all of these, and you're quickly doing everything. First person to get the most points on their grid usually wins, but not all the time. So this one can be very stressful, but that's why I like it. So that's fit to print.
And I just realized I said it wrong. They're not polyomino tiles. I for some reason I had polyomino in my brain when I said it earlier. They're squares and rectangles. Because they're newsprint.
There's weird. Oh,
no, they're squares and rectangles. That was my fault.
rectangles.
I for some reason said polyomino earlier when we were talking about the games, and so that was in our brain.
I practiced it in my head even.
But they're just squares and rectangles. I was like, wait a minute.
Yes.
So.
And the little desk that you set them on is so cute.
Yeah. So that's a fun one. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, next one is one of their small box series, and this one is a push your luck game all about penguins diving in the ocean. That is Deep Dive. In Deep Dive, you have a family of 3 penguins, and you are diving down different layers in the ocean. And while you're doing that, you are trying to do some set collecting of some different colored fish. The deeper you go, the more danger there is, but also the better chance of getting higher scoring fish. You want to collect 1 pink, 1 yellow, and 1 green fish. Each collection you have, you score the full number of points. If you don't have a full collection, you only score half the points. If you get a predator, you are going to get trapped. You don't get eaten, you just get trapped. And if all 3 of your penguins get trapped, you get to take them back, and you get kind of a free thing. There's also some bubbles which make you go lower. You have to go through them, and then there's some rocks which you can swallow to start lower. This is a really fun one. So this is a Deep Dive, a little push your luck game.
And next we've got Nocturne. Oh, it's not as heavy as I thought. Alrighty then.
No, these are pretty light.
Woo! All right, we've got Nocturne up next. Nocturne is a bidding and set collection. Oops, I can't figure out how to do this. Is a bidding and set collection game where you play as mystical foxes, and you are casting spells while trying to collect enchanted items. You're playing in the same board area, and so you're able to block people, able to take their pieces that they're working towards. But it's not really a take that game.
No.
It's got beautiful artwork.
Yes, gorgeous.
I love the box, and it's really fun to play.
Well, I just noticed 5 of these are Beth Sobel art. So
it's gotta have
it's got good art.
Yes.
And the last one we have here is Cascadia Rolling Hills. I also have Rolling Rivers. I've not gotten that to the table, but I know that they're fairly similar. It's the roll and write version of Cascadia. You're rolling some dice. You are placing the animals in different habitats. There's 4 different maps in each one of these that score a little differently. You're not scoring the animals the same way. You are scoring them based on some different criteria, and each map is a little bit different, so it gives you a little bit of variety. So it's basically the roll and write version of Cascadia. So there is a very quick rundown of these 7 games. And so I have all 7 of them, so I will start with my number 7, and that is Cascadia Rolling Hills. Nothing against this game. I really like this one. If I want something that's a little bit lighter, I will grab this one out. It plays quicker solo than any of these other games, so if I want something pretty quick. I do believe that map C and D better represent Cascadia, though, and so that's why this one is kind of near the bottom. I think maps sheets A, not really maps. Sheets A and B don't really give me the Cascadia feel for the game. This could have been called something else, and it would have been just fine. As soon as you put the Cascadia name on it, though, I want Cascadia in a roll and write film. The first 2 sheets don't give me the Cascadia feel. C and D give me the Cascadia feel a little bit more. I do believe in Rolling Rivers that A and B are very similar, and then I think C and D are different than the C and D in here. But I think it's going to be kind of the same sort of thing. Half of them kind of give me the feel of Cascadia. Half of them don't really give me the feel of Cascadia. So that one is number 7 for me. You want to do your number 6?
Why don't you do your number 6?
I will do my number 6. This was very tough Number 6, I do really enjoy this game. It is fairly new to us. We just learned it recently. And I don't really know why. I think it's just because the other ones jumped ahead of it, and that is Nocturne. Nocturne for me was number 6. Like I said, it's a bidding game where you are trying to get some different mystical items, and you're trying to outbid the person. But once you win, you don't have that value anymore to bid. So there's also kind of this: how high do I want to bid, and when do I want to bid? I do enjoy this game. It's just it just ended up here on the list. So that is Nocturne at number 6.
Well, okay. My number 6 is a game that I think everybody has probably played. And for me, it just takes up too much space. And that's Cascadia.
Wow.
I know. Everybody's probably freaking out. But I don't know what it is about Cascadia. But I like it. Don't get me wrong. But it's just the same thing that everybody likes it. But for some reason, it's just my least favorite. It's like everyone loves Avatar and I hate it.
I don't think everybody loves Avatar.
I don't know.
I think it's the scoring cards and having 5 different scoring cards for the animals instead of just scoring the stuff that's there.
Just let me score.
Yeah, so I think that's... I'm not... I mean...
It's a little thinky sometimes for me. I don't know. I don't know what it is with Cascadia, but I love this elk because I love elk. I love the animals. I love animals. I see an eagle almost every day. So, I don't know what it is, but it's just my number 6.
As I look at, I'm not surprised because with all the different, you're scoring animals 5 different ways. Mm-hmm. And I know as soon as you start getting a lot going on, you're trying to figure out, okay, can I get the habitats in the biggest habitats? How do I score this animal? What can I get? I'm not really surprised when I really think about it because there is a lot going on.
And the rules change. I mean, the rules don't change, but sometimes
the scoring,
sometimes
because
you need a run of 5 salmon in a row. Sometimes
you want a long, sometimes a short run.
Sometimes you want 2 bears in a spot. Sometimes you want 3 bears. Sometimes you just want, the whole scoring of the hawks. They have to be within the view, and I can never figure out what's the view of the hawk.
That is the hardest thing that people can't get.
Yeah,
then I'm kind of expecting one of these other ones to be next because it has very similar things, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Okay. My number 5 is Small Box Game. Push Your Luck, Deep Dive. I really enjoy this one. It's a very fun. It plays fairly quickly. The solo mode in this is fairly good as well. I like the other ones better. The other ones are more gamey than me. It did go above Nocturne because I do like this one a little bit more than Nocturne. They're pretty close for me, but yeah. So I don't know. I think it's just because it's pretty quick to get to the table. There's a bit of setup with the number of tiles you have to put and making sure they're kind of in order. But yeah, I like this. This one's just a fun little, game. So that's Deep Dive, my number 5.
Okay. My number 5 is Nocturne. Besides the cover, I love the artwork in this. This must be a Beth. Yep, this is Beth Sobel game. But the theme for me doesn't really resonate. I'm not really into magical, mystical things. So I don't play it like that. I just play it as collecting stuff. I don't see it as... I play it so that I'm not really doing mystical stuff. I'm just collecting stuff.
I think
that makes sense.
Yeah, I think the mystical, you're a mystic feel and you're getting magical stuff for whatever spells. I think it makes sense, but once again, it could be just going and collecting things. I mean, it could be undersea collecting treasure,
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see that.
I do like that it has orange pieces. So that part does attract me to the game. And I do like that after a certain number of rounds that you get the bigger, you get bigger numbers. that you can use.
Oh, those extra dark ones
Yeah.
after the first round. Yep.
So it
Depending on how many you have
changes-
up. Yep.
So it changes towards the end of the round, so that you get higher points pieces that you can use to knock other people over. But I do like Nocturne. It's easier to get to the table. There is some setup to it as well. I wouldn't call this, for me anyway, I wouldn't call this a weeknight game. This is more of a weekend game. Because you use your head a lot.
All right.
That's number 5.
All right. Moving on to my number 4. My number 4 is Verdant. Verdant, I do enjoy this game. Up until recently, I had played it only solo, and it is actually on Board Game Arena now. So I like the kind of how they took the drafting mechanism from Calico, where you're drafting a tile, then Cascadia, where you're drafting a tile and a token, an animal token, and then now this one you have to go between the room or the plant and figure out, oh, which room do I want? I really need this color room, but man, that plant would be really good for me. And when you want to get rooms and when you want to get plants and where you're going to place them in your grid. And it is a 3x5 grid, but it is very specific as to I have to go like room, plant, room, or plant, room, plant. And it's going to end up like that. So I do like that. Yeah, it's an interesting game. I don't think this one gets talked about enough. I think it's very it's definitely, I mean, but Nocturne doesn't either. I mean, there are some of these that, you know, from Flatout that definitely are the hits from Flatout, and then others just don't get talked about enough. But I do enjoy Verdant, and I think it's just a fun little puzzle to put together. And yes, you do kind of have a constricted area, but you are also the one building that constricted area. So it's not like you're like, oh, as soon as I place this one here, that is the middle of my row. That could be the left side of my row. It could be the right side. It could be middle. It could be anywhere in there. It's as you place it. It's not, the row isn't complete and the columns aren't complete. The number of rows, you know, which one is it until you put that third row in or you put that fifth column in. So I do like that because it does give you a little buy-in as to where exactly your grid is going to end up. So that is my number 4. That is Verdant.
And my number 4 is Verdant. And one of the reasons that I do like this game is, if you watch this channel, even occasionally you'll hear me say that I love educational games. And in Verdant, on the cards, there are, it talks about the plants, and you can learn about each kind of plant, where they grow like in real life, and it doesn't like make up stuff. As far as I know, I haven't done my research to learn about that, but it has educational facts about the plants on the back. So even if you don't like plants, I think this is still a fun game to play. And the educational aspect of it. If you want to read the card, read the card. If you don't want to, then just, you know, get it to place in your room or in the sunlight or whatever. But I really enjoy this game. I love plants. So that was my number 4.
Right. Let's see. My number 3 is Calico. And I know this one's going to be, there are going to be people say, oh, way too low. I enjoy Calico. The thing about Calico that I don't like is the thing I know a lot of people do like, and that is the fact that there is a board that you are constricted to. I like the game. I mean, this is a really great game. I'm not a fan of it being constricted to the board because I feel as it goes on, the game gets more frustrating. And for a game like this, I don't want the game to get more frustrating like that. As you go on, you're starting stuff really great, and then tiles don't come out in the right order, and there's not much you can do about it. Like some other games, you can kind of, okay, I'll put it over to here now, but here it's like, okay, as soon as I start doing that, now I'm constricting myself over here. So I know that's a part of that a lot of people do like about it. It is the part that I like the least about it. But I still really enjoy Calico, and I would play it at any time. It's ranked fairly high by me as well. So I do believe I do like this one. It has good solo modes. These all do. Verdant solo mode. I think they've got scenarios, and this has some scenarios. I haven't dove into the scenarios much solo. I just kind of like to play when I play any of these solo. So, yeah, my number 3 is Calico.
And my number 3 is a small box game, Deep Dive. This is one of those games that I don't know why, but this is like a Stacey game. I call this a Stacey game. It's a small box. It's a weeknight game. There's a little bit of setup, but it plays very quickly. So with my time limit that I can spend on a game, you can play 2 of these games very quickly and just put it away if you want to. There's no 45 minutes with this thing. Ugh, oof. So that's a bonus. And then the other thing that I really like about it is that it's got orange pieces.
How did that not end up on the wall?
I don't know.
Oh, it wasn't. I don't think that one's on the BGG list for orange pieces.
Well,
we're
going to have to put it up on the wall.
Well, we got Nocturne on there.
Yeah, we got Nocturne on there.
We'll play it.
Okay. But I do like this game. It's just a fun, quick, hammer it out, put it away game if you just want to knock out a game for the night when you're kind of tired. So I like Deep Dive. It hit with me.
Nice.
And I love penguins.
Very nice. All right, my number 2, we're down to our final 2 here, is Fit to Print. Another one that I don't think gets talked about enough. I really liked it. This is really fun. The real-time aspect of it, yes, is a little bit chaotic, a little bit crazy, but I think that's fun. I also like the fact that you have to grab with one hand out of the pile in the middle, look at it, you have to bring it over your desk, look at it, and then decide if you want it. If you don't, you put it back in the pile face up, otherwise you put it on your desk to use. And I like the fact that you don't have to use everything that you collected in that round. You could keep the stuff. Yes, you lose some points in that round, but you can keep it for later when you have a bigger newspaper. The whole puzzle of trying to put things together that are in the right spot, that are right next to the right things and not next to other things, I really enjoy as well. So yeah, I really like the craziness of this. I like the fact that you don't have to do it super crazy. Like I think we do the medium or whatever, the regular, which is like 5 minutes per round, which I think is a good time limit because that includes collecting your pieces, organizing them, and putting them on your paper in the 5 minutes. So yeah, I really like this one. I don't think it gets talked about enough. That is Fit to Print.
And my number 2 has obviously been talked about already, and that is Calico, the cat game. I like this game because you are restricted on your board. It helps me to better organize and to better be able to figure out what I need to do. It just seems like for me when I play this game, the pieces just kind of work. So I don't get super frustrated with it. The only thing that I get frustrated, I won't even say frustrated with, that confuses me is that the border on each one is different. And you can use that border to match, to go along with the tiles that you're laying down so that you can score those. I forget that the border counts as one of your pieces. And so I'll be going and going and going, and Ian will be like, what are you doing? You can score this. You've got 4 of them right here. And I'm like, no, I only have 3. No, there's the one on the border. Oh, yeah. So then I get to put out my cat or my, my little token buttons that goes, my little button that goes on there. So that's my frustration, is that I forget to use the border as part of it. Other than that, there's one cat on here that I really wish I had, and the cats that are in here that are going to be sleeping on your quilt are actual real cats, and so that really attracted me to the game as well. So if you know me, I love my animals.
All right.
So Calico.
That brings us to number 1. So my number 1 now is obviously no surprise because it's the only one left, and that is Cascadia. I love Cascadia. I love the puzzle. I love the different scoring animals, and when you add the landmarks expansion into it, it makes it even better because then you get those extra asymmetric scoring on the landscape, so the landscapes mean even more for the scoring. I just love everything about this game. I love the fact that you aren't constricted to a certain area, and you can build out wherever you want to go. So you can build, I need some more mountains over here. I want to have a really big mountain space, or okay, I need these different things. I like the fact that you can use the little acorn the nature token to kind of break the rules as to which things you're collecting, and you can wipe out certain things. I like that if there's 3 of a token that's the exact same and you don't want those, you can get rid of those if you want and put new ones out there. Or if all 4 of them are the same, you have to get rid of them. So yeah, I love everything about Cascadia. I love the openness of it. I love the different scoring for the different animals and trying to figure out how I can score each animal the best and which is going to be the best strategy. So, and like I said, the landmarks expansion for it, which adds the asymmetric scoring for habitats, even though it kind of constricts where you can put things because you have to put a habitat token or a habitat little thing on top of one of your habitats. So you got to really be careful as to when you want to get those. Yep, Cascadia, my number 1. Overall.
And my number 1 is one that I don't think gets talked about enough, and it needs to be talked about more, and that's Fit to Print. Now, the reason that I love Fit to Print is because it is a little chaotic. We play it so that it's a medium, so we set the timer for about 5 minutes. In that 5 minutes, you have time to pick your tiles, look at it, put it back, or put it on your desk with one hand. Once you think you have enough tiles, then you get to start setting your newspaper. The thing I do like about this is on the back of the tile, it gives you a clue as to what kind of tile it is. So it separates out your sports, your ads, your daily news, your headlines, your stock market, things like that. So that you can tell what it is before you pick it up. But the other thing that I really like about this is that if you take the time to actually look at the pieces, to look at the squares and the rectangles, there's some pretty funny little news articles that are written in here. And I enjoy just sitting there and reading the pieces on these as well. And I love the artwork. This is right up my alley for what kind of artwork is in here. It's just fun. It is just absolutely fun, and oh my goodness, it doesn't take up a lot of space, and we really need to play this more. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So there's our individual rankings. I've been calculating over here, just kind of for fun. So our number 6, obviously, Rolling Hills isn't going to be part of this. It's going to just be the other 6. So our number 6 was Nocturne. We both had it, or no, I had it at 6 and you had it at 5. Okay. Number 4, there was actually a tie for 4, and that is Deep Dive, which you had at 3 and I had at 5, and Verdant, which we both had at 4. Did I say you had this for? You had this at 5, and I had this at 6.
Yes.
Okay, number 3, kind of surprisingly, but you had it at number 6, and I had it at number 1, Cascadia. So
that scoring just.
I was surprised it was so low. Number 2, I had it at number 3. You had it at 2. Was Calico, and coming out on top,
Yay!
I had it at 2, and you had it at 1. Is Fit to Print. So there's our overall rankings. We do enjoy all these games and would play them if we would play them anytime. So I don't think any of these are going to end up on the coal pile or anything. These ones are going to stay in our collection. At least for now. So there is our rankings. And let us know in the comments below what your favorite Flatout games. Like I said, AEG does help distribute these. And it does say AEG Flatout, but these are from Flatout. So we kept out our AEG only games from this ranking. So these are our Flatout games. Let's see. What's coming from Flatout? Well, I know that Knitting Circle and along with Propolis and Point Galaxy are starting to get fulfilled. I got an email the other day saying that if you need to change your address. This is your last chance to do so. So I know that is starting to get fulfilled. Knitting Circle is in the Calico line of games, but you are doing two different knits. You're doing the purl and something.
Purl and knit, probably knit stitch.
I don't remember what it was. But yeah, and you're doing like So it is in the Calico line, and it also comes with it's a rondelle where you are going around collecting the pieces that are going on kind of your scarves and stuff. And the other really cool thing is it comes with an alternate way to play Calico. So the drafting comes there. There's a rondelle for Calico, I think. So it gives you a new way to play Calico. So that's going to be pretty exciting to get that game, but also a new way to play Calico. So that'll be kind of fun.
I might have to wear my homemade hat and scarf when we play that game and review it.
It's a little warm over here. But yeah. And then Propolis is another in their small box line of games. I don't know a ton about it. I know it's like a bee theme, so it's about making your bee colony or something. And then Point Galaxy was also part of that Kickstarter, which is the third in the Point line of games. Point City, Point Salad, Point City, now Point Galaxy. We haven't played any of the other Point games, but those I know will be fulfilling soon. And then the next thing is Cascadia is also getting a new game, a standalone game called Cascadia Alpine Lakes, which is going to have double hexagonal tiles that not only you are trying to do horizontal stuff, but you're trying to build vertically. And you have lakes that you're trying to get in the middle. So that looks really cool as well. That will be, I believe,
looks stressful.
That will be coming to Kickstarter here this fall, I'm guessing. I'm pretty sure that they were previewing it at Gen Con, most likely. But I'm very excited for that one, and that one will definitely be back. Flatout Games kind of work for us overall, and so that will probably be an instant, day one backing for me just to get the deluxe, whatever deluxe stuff they have for it. So yeah, so very excited for those. Like I said, Knitting Circle, Propolis, Point Galaxy are fulfilling soon, and then Cascadia Alpine Lakes will be hitting Kickstarter here in a little while. Like I said, let us know what your favorite Flatout games are, and if you're looking forward to any of the ones that are coming up, anything we didn't mention that you think we would like from Flatout Games, let us know. Yeah, and as always, please like, comment, and subscribe. It means so much to the channel. Once again, this has been Where There's Wheels.
There's a play.
I'm Ian.
I'm Stacey.
And we'll see you next time.
At the table.